Hey everyone, welcome to part 1 on our two-part series on the past simple tense. This tense is everywhere in English. We use it to talk about what happened, what we did, what we used to do, and more. In this video, we'll break down the first 4 key uses of the past simple, with clear examples and tips to help you sound more natural and fluent. Are you ready? Let's dive right in. Use 1. Completed action in the past. The most basic and most common use of the past simple is to describe an action that was started and finished in the past. This means the action is completely over. It has no connection to the present. We use it to talk about what we did, where we went, what happened, what someone else did. And we usually mention when it happened, even if just once. Examples: I visited London last year. She watched a scary movie last night. They arrived at 6 p.m. We met in 2018. He called you yesterday. My brother graduated from college 2 years ago. We should notice the time expressions like last week, last month, last night, yesterday, 2 days ago, in 2010, when I was a child, at 7 o'clock, on Monday. These time expressions are all used with the past simple tense. You might ask yourselves, but what if I don't say the time? Even if you don't say exactly when, it's often understood from context. For instance, A. Why are you tired? B. I went to bed really late. In this example, went to bed happened in the past, and the speaker assumes you know when, probably last night. Use 2. A series of completed actions in the past. The past simple is perfect for describing a sequence of actions, things that happened one after another in the past. Imagine telling a story or describing your day. You don't just say one thing, you talk about several things you did, and you say them in order. Think of it like a timeline. Each action happened, finished, then the next one started. All the verbs are in past simple. For example, this morning I woke up, got dressed, and made some coffee. She opened the door, walked into the room, and sat down. They finished dinner, cleaned the kitchen, and watched a movie. I left the house, caught a bus, and arrived at work on time. These are all separate actions. One thing happened and ended before the next one started. This use is super useful when you're telling a story, describing a process, or recalling what happened in a conversation. It makes your speaking or writing more structured and natural. Use 3. Duration in the past. We use the past simple to describe how long something happened, when it started, and when it ended, all in the past. In other words, the action continued for some time, but it is now completely finished. This is different from the present perfect, which connects the past to the present. Here, the action is totally in the past, done and over. Examples: I lived in Spain for 3 years. She studied at that university from 2015 to 2019. They waited outside for an hour. We worked there all summer. He stayed at the hotel until Tuesday. Each of these actions happened over a period of time, but that time is now complete. And these are common time expressions for this use. 4 plus a length of time. For example, for 2 weeks, for 6 months. From, to, from May to August, until plus a time, until 10 o'clock, until 2021, all day, all night, all summer, during the winter, during the holidays. Even though the action lasted for a while, we still use past simple, not past continuous or present perfect. This is the incorrect form of an example. I was living there for 5 years. I lived there for 5 years is the correct form. Another example: I have studied French from 2010 to 2014. I studied French from 2010 to 2014. Here's a mini dialogue. How long did you stay in Paris? I stayed there for 2 months. Wow, what did you do? I took cooking classes and explored the city every day. Use 4. Past habits or repeated actions. We often use the past simple to talk about things we did regularly in the past. These are habits, routines, or repeated actions, things we did again and again, but that we don't do anymore. This use is especially common when people talk about childhood memories, school days, family traditions, old routines, things that were normal in the past. Examples: I played football every Saturday when I was a kid. She always drank tea before bed. We often went camping in the summer. My dad read me stories every night. They visited their grandparents every weekend. I watched cartoons every morning before school. Notice that all these verbs are in the past simple, and they describe repeated behavior. These key words often appear with past habits: always, usually, often, never, every day, every week, every month, on Saturdays, in the summer, during the holidays. Example: I always walked to school in the winter. We never missed a family dinner. You might ask yourselves, what about used to? Used to is also used for past habits, but in this case, we're focusing on how the past simple can also express habits. Let's compare these two sentences. I played the piano every day. This is past simple. I used to play the piano every day. It uses used to. Both are correct and mean the same thing, but many English learners overuse used to and forget that past simple does the job just as well, especially with time expressions or adverbs. This use allows you to bring your past to life. It helps you tell stories about how your childhood was, what your life looked like years ago, what traditions or hobbies you had. It's perfect for connecting with others, sharing experiences, and sounding fluent and expressive. Here's a mini dialogue example. What did you do for fun when you were younger? I rode my bike every day and played with my cousins. That sounds fun. Yeah, we always had adventures in the neighborhood. Nice job. You've just learned the first 4 essential uses of the past simple tense. In this video, we talked about completed actions, a sequence of actions, duration, and past habits. In the next video, we'll cover more powerful uses, including how to talk about emotions, facts, and interrupted actions, so don't miss part 2. Hit like and drop a comment. Which of these 4 uses do you already use the most? And subscribe if you haven't already. See you in the next video.